Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good start to your week. I'm just going to get right into it. I just want to start with a question have you seen your grocery bill lately? It just keeps going up. And I know I've said this before, but I went to the store over the weekend to get the normal things. I mean, we buy the same thing every week. And I just had sticker shock. It just hit me. I've been noticing it go up and up, and I'm sure you have too. But if you look at your receipts, if you compare now to even 2 months ago, and Lord forbid, if you look at 6 months ago, it's even more scary. And so I was thinking about that, and that's not just food, it's gasoline and everything else. And I saw where it was earlier, or sometime last week, where the Fed chair, I can't remember his first name, his last name is Powell. He said the recent surge in prices is likely just transitory, but warned it could increase and could be higher and more persistent, inflation that is, more persistent than expected. Well, no kidding, man. We've been seeing it for a while, and I doubt that he goes to the store and buys his own stuff. He should come with me, and I can show him a lot more than just 3.4%. What they're saying, 3.4% is what they're throwing out there. Seriously, man, I don't think so. Uh, it's more like 30 or 40%, maybe even more on certain items. Some items, not so much. But overall, when I compare my grocery bill, just take food for example. Now, when I compare that, what it was several months ago, I mean, it's at least 40, maybe 50% more. Throw in gasoline costs us more, over $1 more a gallon. So that adds up too. So I'm just concerned we have so many factors here just stacking on each other that's causing even more hardship. A lot of families, a lot of people are already having a hard time making the ends meet, or they're not making the ends meet. You got a serious homeless population all across the country, a lot of towns, a lot of cities. So now you have these other factors like the rent moratorium coming to an end. They're saying 3, 4 million. It's going to be way more than that that are going to be out on the streets. So you're adding more homeless to the situation. So evictions, you got unemployment benefits ending. Forget about college, the loan forgiveness. I don't think that's happening. Doesn't sound like it. What else? The stimulus won't be a forced stimulus, which we don't need to be printing all this money anyway. We've been printing money like it's going out of style, adding to the problem. But and I don't think the inflation is going to stop anytime soon. The way it looks, the way it's going right now, you think these corporations are going to come down on price? Have you ever seen grocery prices just come down? I mean, maybe for like a sale, and they're really not really coming down much. Maybe just for a week. But do you think they're just going to stop and then it's going to gradually go back down? No. Have you ever? I've never seen that happen. It's just going to keep going up, and it's probably going to be like that for into another couple of 2 or 3 years or more. So I think we need to prepare for that and just accept that and prepare and find out how we can hedge this, and hack this. So other situations that we have to keep in mind. We got a drought. We got a serious drought problem going on out there out west, Midwest, and the West. And that's going to have an impact on food prices. California alone, I mean, they produce most of the vegetables and fruit for the country. So you may not see it now, but the impact of that probably hasn't even been felt yet. 6 months to a year from now is when you're really going to feel that, and that's going to be rough. They have a serious water problem out there. I mean, Lake Mead is lower than it has been in decades. So I don't think that's getting enough press. People aren't talking about that enough, in the media especially. So, and then you got the skyrocketing. You still got the high, rent cost to rent a place or housing. My gosh, I mean, inflated prices on housing. Uh, so you got a lot of a lot of things here that's adding to this stuff, and so my worry here is at what point does it get to where people are you have unrest? You're going to have civil unrest. If this just keeps going up, there is a breaking point. We're going to see You could see food riots. You could see a lot more theft from stores or even from other people, from just you and I. I mean, they're going to try to do that. So that's my worry there. Uh, also, saw an article where they talked about the CPI, the Consumer Price Index, that came out at 5% year over year. I think that's it's way more than that. The real rate that they were saying, energy has gone up. Prices have increased 54.5%. Gasoline up 56% overall. Yeah, for real. I did see this article on, and I'll put the links to these down in the description. But this was from J.P. Morgan Chase was talking about how they're stockpiling cash. I don't know, you may have seen this, but it says the head of J.P. Morgan. It says the story starts out an increasing number of financial pundits, including J.P. Morgan Chase head Jamie Dimon, they're making moves to protect against transitory inflation projections. So Dimon said that in fact, they're effectively stockpiling cash rather than deploying it to purchase treasuries or other investments, as potentially higher inflation will force the Federal Reserve to boost interest rates. He says, we have a lot of cash and capability, and we're going to be very patient because I think you have a very good chance inflation will be more than transitory, said Dimon, the CEO of JP Morgan. If you look at our balance sheet, we have $500 billion in cash. We've actually been effectively stockpiling more and more cash, waiting for opportunities to invest at higher rates. I do expect to see higher rates and more inflation, and we're prepared for that. Yep. So they're preparing for that for sure. Also, mentioned before, the Deutsche Bank had also issued a warning. Said Deutsche issued a serious warning that concentrating on stimulus while dismissing inflation fears could be detrimental, if not in the near term, over the next several years and beyond. The bank's analysis especially blames the Federal Reserve and its new loose monetary policy, which will tolerate higher inflation for some time, number of years actually. So some banks are getting ready. So how do we hedge this? How do we deal with this? I mean, have you shopped for a car lately? The Manheim Used Vehicle Value Index prices have hit an all-time high. So even in May, for cars, for automobiles, prices have gone up 48% increase over last year. Trucks are out of sight. For pickup trucks, a whopping 70% higher in price than over last year now. And I shopped for a truck too. I bought a vehicle. I bought a Toyota RAV4 a few months ago. And trucks, I mean, I would love to have one, but I'm just not going to spend that money on that. They've inflated those prices so much, especially on the full-size trucks, your F-150, your Silverados. Man, that's unreal. I'm sure it doesn't cost that much more to build a truck than it does a car. I know it's different, but that big of a price increase, I think it's just a ripoff. That's just me though. So again, hedge. How do we deal with this? A lot of people talk about precious metals, gold and silver. I say, look at that. I'm not a financial expert. I'm not going to make recommendations on that. I would say as I've said before, is to fill and top off your prepper pantry. Okay, just keep stocking up as much as you can ahead of time, because I think things will just keep going up in price. Grow what food you can, as much as you can. I know we're started to get squash and yellow squash, zucchini, tomatoes. So we're starting to, and that's starting to come into our garden. So that's helping out a good bit with us. So trying to make more of our food at home, eating out less. A lot of little things you can do to help. Using coupons as much as possible. cut costs where you can in other areas as well. I'd like to hear what y'all think about that. Please share your thoughts. The comments are always great. A lot of good, helpful information again out there in the comments. Please read through them and encourage you to do that and add to them. If you can recommend a inflation hack or some advice, please share it and help others out as well. Okay, I really appreciate it. But anyway, that's all I have for now. Hope you have a good day. God bless you, and I'll see you soon.